Hi, I'm going to walk you through the steps of how to use the Proctor version to start a lockdown session. So right now, I'm signed in as a Proctor on our web app, so that's graphlockapp.com. And then on the phone, I'm signed in as a student. So first thing you'll do as a Proctor is you will click Start Session. Once you do this, notice it creates a unique session code that you need to provide to the students. So you can either provide it to them directly, or if you click here on the envelope symbol, you can actually email it to the student. So when they come to check in, make sure you give them this code. So as a student, I'm going to click Join Session, and now I'm going to enter in this code. So just pay attention because the codes are alphanumeric as well as case sensitive. So now that I've joined the session as a student here, you will see soon it will reflect on my end as a proctor. And notice on the student side, when they actually join a lockdown session, what happens is they will get a green stripe across the top of their device. So notice what I did there was I just refreshed the page, and you can now see that Mallory Dyer is signed up in the lockdown session. So it shows me that one is active. Notice it's green by the participant's name, by the student's profile, and then it also has this green stripe across the very top of their device. So that's how you know which device is in lockdown, because if they try to pull out a different device, there's no way that it's going to have that green stripe there across the top. So notice it also keeps track for you right here as to how long the student has been testing for. So that way you know how long they've been in the testing center. So now as other students come and join here, you would just once again provide them this code. And so you can either provide it directly as normal, or you can email it to them. All right, so now as you have another student join, notice they will also show up right there. So now I have two participants, both of them are active, and then on Josh's phone, it will also be green. So as students join to come into test, you just simply provide them the code, and it will keep putting their names right here into what we call your lockdown session queue or your monitoring platform. Now, if a student does try to leave a lockdown session, so whether that's they try to force their way out of lockdown or they make an emergency call, let me show you what happens. So on the student side, I'm going to make an emergency call. So you will be notified, so now I've left here, so you will actually be notified, there you go, right away on your end. So notice it's turned red here, it has now shown you one has left, and it's also shown turned red here. You receive a noise, you see this little bell is ringing, and that's how you are alerted that someone has left the lockdown session and is doing something they shouldn't be doing. So let me go ahead and join this session again as a student. So if I join here now, all right, so I've joined again, and you will see that it will update, and notice once again it is turned green. So now the student is back in the session. So that's how you're alerted. I'm just going to click this bell so it'll stop moving here. So the good thing about that is just make sure that your volume is up, and you can actually have any page open and this running in the background. Then when you hear that noise, you just have to look to see who is turned red, and notice they will no longer have the green stripe on their end. Then, once a student is done testing, all you have to do is simply unlock them. So you would unlock the student from here. Yes, you want to unlock them. They've then been taken out of the session. And then you just fully remove them from the session. And that way their phone goes right back to normal and they can move on. At the end of the day, if you are done giving all tests and done giving all sessions, you can either continue to unlock them the way we did, or you can just end it straight from here. And this means you're ending your full lockdown session for the day. And notice once you did that, the student's phone went right back to normal. So that's how you can set up a lockdown session. That's how students join. That's how you're alerted if they try to do something they shouldn't. And that's how you can actually remove students from a lockdown session.